So
the
we're
biggest
excited. We're excited about what we're talking about today because this is something that has been in the works for a while. We've been talking about some of the concepts of this, but we really put it together into a book. And this is what we're talking about today is a new book that we've recently released. It's called 7 Growth Stages of Upper Cervical Practice. And the subtitle of this book is How to Grow Your Practice and Help More People Thrive. And that's really what it is. No matter where you are in practice, how can you help more people in your community to thrive and really get to improve their health, bring hope and healing to sick and suffering people, right? That's what it's about. And so this was a book that, we've been thinking about, we've been talking about, we put it all together in one place, and we're really excited about it. Really what it comes down to is, why did we write this book, Tony? What was the reason why we said, this is something that's needed within upper cervical practice?
Because, as we have been doing our podcasts, as we've been serving our clients, over more than a decade, we see that it's almost predictable, as to how they're going along. Matter of fact, that first point there on the screen, upper cervical practice grow in clear, predictable stages. And it's like, it's very similar sticking points. It's very similar markers for success to go from one stage to the next, and obviously there's some variances between these, but generally speaking, there's different these really are these stages. It's not like we didn't just make these things up. We just see a pattern that's happening, and there's the same, doctors face similar roadblocks at each of these stages. So like if we address these things, it frees you up to grow, right? And so ultimately, the reason for the book then is to identify these things and figure out where you're at, first off, identify and relate to some of the common problem spots for that stage. And then, okay, now what do I do about this? And so, okay, great. If I want to keep growing, I want to serve more people in my community, these are the things to focus on. Because what can happen is, I want to say this too real quick. Let's say you're talking to a doctor who's got a couple locations and they're talking about what has been jamming for them. Well, you haven't even hired your associate yet. And so you're not there. The tools and skills and things that they've been working on, some of them may translate, sure, but you may find that it's not the most important things for you to do if you try to replicate everything that doctor's doing, because you're not there yet. It's like baby steps. Like, what's the next logical step for me to take today? And then what is it 6 months from now or whatever? That's the purpose of this book. Exactly.
And so that's, really, this is a practical roadmap for you to be able to have sustainable growth, right? It's this idea that, okay, first of all, identify what stage you're in, and then say, okay, in this stage, based on all of our experience, based on all of our surveys, based on all the clients we've worked with, 12 years of studying upper cervical practice, and just developing this, writing our other book, Upper Cervical Practice Mastery, 2 different versions of that. We've seen this over and over and over, and these are the 7 stages, and it's just a universal truth that is relevant to upper cervical practice. And so we wanted to really define these stages so that doctors can say, okay, I'm in this stage. What do I do next? Right? Because that's the key. And again, it's very predictable what you need to do to move from one stage to the next.